I'm female, 16 years old, and I just moved in with my grandma for the summer. She rented this old, slightly creepy house in a quiet town. The landlord insisted it was quirky but safe. But the moment I stepped inside, I felt off. Something about the air felt heavier than normal, like the house was watching me. The first night I was unpacking my things when I heard footsteps upstairs. I froze. My grandma was asleep in her room, so there was no one else in the house. I told myself it was just the floorboards settling, but then I heard a door creak open slowly, and it wasn't the wind. The next morning, I went to make breakfast and noticed muddy footprints on the floor, leading from the front door to the living room. I live on the second floor. I checked all the windows and doors, everything was locked. I felt my stomach drop. Then I saw it. A small note on my desk, written in a language I didn't recognize. You shouldn't be alone. I nearly dropped my coffee. My phone had no signal, and the house suddenly felt colder. I looked around and noticed the walls seemed slightly off. A painting that had been crooked yesterday was now perfectly straight. Even some of my things were slightly moved, though I knew I hadn't touched them. I spent the day trying to calm myself, checking every room, opening closets, peeking under beds. Nothing was hiding. Nothing moved while I watched. Yet every so often I swore I saw shadows shift just out of the corner of my eye. That night I slept with the lights on, but I couldn't relax. From somewhere behind the walls I heard whispers. At first it was soft, like the wind, but then it formed words I couldn't understand. I didn't dare move from my bed. By morning, the footprints and note were gone, the walls reset, and even the painting had returned to being crooked. Over the next few days, more strange things happened. Drawer doors opened and closed on their own. I would put something inside, walk away, and return to find it moved. Lights flickered at night, sometimes turning on even when the switch was off. I would hear soft tapping on the windows while I was in bed, even though it never rained. I tried telling my grandma, but she laughed it off. She said the house was old and creaky, but I knew. Something about this place wasn't normal. The scariest part? From the street the house looked smaller, like it had shrunk overnight. Sometimes I would swear a window or a corner I remembered perfectly yesterday was gone today. I decided to investigate a little more. One night I stayed awake with a notebook and flashlight. Around 2 a.m., I saw a shadow move across the living room, even though no one could be there. My heart froze. It paused, then slowly stretched upward, like it was looking at me. Then it vanished into the ceiling. Now every night I hear whispers, faint but constant, from somewhere inside the house. I'm too scared to go upstairs alone. I still live here, and every time I think about leaving, something shifts in the air, like the house knows I'm thinking about it. I don't know what this house is, and I don't know what it wants. I just know. I can't be alone here.